Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing today, baby? Dear and Amanda, thank you for being here on Story Time. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Welcome everybody to Story Time today, and I'm glad you're here with us. Please leave your messages. Let us know that you're here so we can say good morning to you and of course say hello to you and your loved ones. Thank you for joining us. This week we're looking at all the amazing achievements that you do, both big and small. And yes, just reminding you to give credit to yourself even for the little things, the building blocks. And sometimes the bigger picture doesn't work out, but the little steps that you have done are all helping towards building your character going forward. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad we're here for Story Time. Thank you. And we'll be bringing back another favorite today, and this one is called Forever or a Day. Yes, this one coming to you from Sarah Jacoby and Chronicle Books of San Francisco. So get ready, get comfortable, snuggle up like Bea and Amanda, and get ready to enjoy this wonderful story indeed. Forever or a Day, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Welcome to Story Time, and please get ready to enjoy this delicious feast that is up for you today. Thank you for being here, and as always, remember that you can find Story Time on our Facebook as well as our YouTube at Story Time with Mr. Lamada, and you can also find us on Instagram at the same handle, and of course you can find us at storytimewithmrlamada.com. So do check us out on all those platforms. Check out our archives for all the books that are there and get to enjoy them. And of course, find these books at your local library and find them where you find books as well. And if you can and you need to buy one, go to your local store, your local bookstore, those small businesses, independent sellers, try and support them, get the books from them. Yes. Look out for what is your indie book in your neighborhood. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and glad we are here together for Forever or a Day. And I always want to say forever and a day, but it's forever or a day. Thank you so much for joining in, and welcome to Story Time. And good morning to you officially. How are you doing today, Amanda and baby Bea? Out in sunny and bright and sunny Seattle. Thank you so much for joining in, and I'm glad that you're all snuggled up and ready for today's story. And of course, you're saying good morning to all our Storytime friends that are joining in. Thank you so much for sharing that. Appreciate you, and I hope that you have a lovely day today. And of course, we have the story together before we set out. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning, baby Bea and Amanda. Thank you for joining us today. And of course, Marlon, good morning to you as well. I hope that you are doing well, my dear. Thank you so much for joining us on Story Time. Good morning, Amanda West. How are you doing today? And of course, Sarah and Nathan, also in sunny and warm Illinois. Enjoy it. Sunny and bright all over today. Thank you so much for joining us. And you say happy Wednesday to all our friends that are joining in. Oh, I love that. Thank you. And indeed, they hear you loud and and clear. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. One more time, Amanda, where's Sarah and Nathan? And you're saying happy Wednesday to all that are joining in today, all our friends. And it is interesting already thinking that it's Wednesday. In my head, for some reason, today is Tuesday. So thank you for that reminder as well. Good morning, Pamela, Courtney, Auntie Anne. Thank you so much for joining in. Where is the crew? We missed them today. Oh, yes, they're running. Sound like my kind of people. Yes. Running late today. Well, hopefully they join us as we're going through our story, or indeed they can catch a recording later on. But still, good morning to you, Braylon and Chad. Get to school safely. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy that you'll be with us on Story Time. Thank you, Pamela, Courtney, and Auntie Anne. Of course, giving you love today, sending you love. Thank you for joining us on Story Time, and I'm glad that you are here indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And to everybody that is joining in, good morning to you. I hope that indeed this is the beginning of a beautiful day for you. Thank you for being here. And for those that may not have seen it yet, we are reading Forever or a Day. This one is written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby, and it is coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Get ready, get comfortable, and indeed let us enjoy. I know that a lot of people and probably also a lot of you joining us today too have family members, friends, people that you know that are graduating from college, that are moving on, graduating from elementary school, moving on to middle school, and whatever changes are happening, and just want to, send all of them love, and also just remind you to reach out to those people and just say congratulations on a job well done, and indeed on the steps taken. And for those that still need a little push, a little help, that's what we're there for as a community, to support each other. Let us gently nudge, gently guide. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime, and glad we are here. Please join me on the other side of this short break when we'll be back and get ready for our book for today. And hopefully by then, Chad and Braylon may have caught up. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I will catch you on the other side of this message. Join me in a little bit.
Hello. I'm Olalu Ogunyemi, officer in the United States Marine Corps and author of Crow from the Shadow. You are tuned in with my brother on Storytime with Mr. Lamada. Enjoy, and God bless.
Welcome back. Thank you, Olaolu Ogunyemi. Yes, and always thank you for your service, my brother. And of course, too, you know that Olaolu Ogunyemi has his brand new book, Billy Dipper's Time to Shine. If you've not seen it, please go to the Storytime platforms and check it out. And of course, find it where you find books. Request it at your local library. Billy Dipper's Time to Shine. Of course, to add to all the others that he's done. All right. Forever or a Day. And this one is coming to you from Sarah Jacoby, and we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. All right, here we go. Forever or a Day. What's happening? Is that how your day starts too? You still get a newspaper to your doorstep? Forever or a Day, written and illustrated by Sarah Jacoby, and read with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. If you look closely, you can see it. What is it? If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. If you look closely, you can see it. You can almost touch it. It can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea, or picking the perfect shoe. It's especially clear when you are late. Oh, yes. It can be precise, like pouring the first cup of tea or picking the perfect shoe. It's especially clear when you are late. Some people pay a lot of attention to it, and some don't. Which one are you? Some people pay a lot of attention to it, and some people don't. Sometimes it's far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. Yes. Sometimes it is far, far away, like when you will be old, gazing out at the sea. It is a drum beat. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. It is a drum beat. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Is this what forever feels like? Is it? Is this what forever feels like? Sometimes it helps the bus arrive, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it helps the bus arrive, and sometimes it doesn't. Perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker or a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Perhaps it is the twitch of a whisker or a wildly wagging tail, as quick as a heartbeat skip. Hello. Is it? Oh. The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Where does it go? Where does it go indeed? The more you try to hold it, the better it hides. Where does it go? Where does it go? Can we stay longer? I know days like that, right? Can we stay longer? Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Perhaps it is a ghost. It can come and go, and you never even notice it was there. Is it? Oh. Look at that. Sarah Jacoby's illustrations are just out of this world. Amazing. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, ran backward really fast, but it keeps going. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. We've only got what we've got. You cannot hold it. You cannot give it to someone in exchange for a snack. We've only got what we've got. I've shut my eyes, gone to sleep, stared at the sun, ran backward really fast, but it keeps going. Tick, tick, tick. We've only got what we've got. Whether it's a drum beat, a whiskered twitch, lost or found. Whether it is a drum beat, ba-doom, 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 a whiskered twitch, lost or found. I love the time I have with you. Yes, indeed. Whether it is a drum beat, a whisker twitch, lost or found, I love the time I have with you. And that is the end of our story. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you remember how good this book is. Thank you for joining in today, and so happy to bring it back to you here on Story Time. This one is called Forever or a Day, and this one is by Sarah Jacoby. Yes, where does time go? But also remember too that we've only got what we've got. So please take advantage of it. Make the most of it. Thank you so much for joining in. And yes, we go through life. It's a journey. There's so much to do, so many things that we hope to achieve, things that we might never get to. But remember too that you have this time. Enjoy the time that you have with your loved ones. Be sure to spare some of that time for your loved ones, indeed. And of course, as well, for yourself, for your self-care, it is much needed. And because if we're happy on the inside, we're feeling good, we're healthy, we're taking care of ourselves, we bring our best selves to our relationships. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I hope that you get the best out of the time that you have. And of course, today, I hope that is a day indeed that is beautiful. One that you'll be asking at the end of the day, can I stay here a little longer in this day? Can this Wednesday be stretched out a little bit more? Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. Absolutely appreciate you. And I hope that you have a lovely, lovely time indeed. And this week, we're continuing to look at books that remind us to reflect on how we use our time, and also remind us to pat ourselves on the back for the little things that we do, and of course the big things as well. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations again to everybody that is having all sorts of transitions that are happening right now, graduations, moving, whatever it is that you're doing. We wish you the very best here from Story Time. Thank you so much for joining in, and I am glad that we were here together for another amazing story. And please don't forget, join me again tomorrow when we bring back another blockbuster story. And this one is tomorrow, most likely, another book of hope about what tomorrow brings. Remember, it is a clean slate. It is a new page for you to write your story and tell your story. And remember, it is you to tell your story, or somebody else will tell it for you. And you know what? They will never tell it the way you would. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely appreciate you, and I hope that you have a lovely day. Let us see one more time who was with us and got to enjoy that beautiful, beautiful book indeed. Absolutely love it. Amanda, those illustrations, Sarah Jacoby, I mean, she's just Beautiful, stunning, stunning images. I love it every time. It's just like they're otherworldly almost, right? I just love them so much. And I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for joining in today. Baby Bia, I hope that the snuggles went well. I hope that book was just right for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, Pamela Courtney, thank you so much for joining in. Auntie Anne, appreciate you. I'm glad that you were here with us. And of course, Braylon and Chad, hopefully they make it soon. If they're not there already, sending them love and hugs as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Sarah and Nathan, thank you for being here always. And you did say happy Wednesday to everybody that joined in today. All our friends that are joining us today. Well, thank you indeed. We're sending right that back at you. Happy Wednesday to you, Sarah, Nathan, and of course, Amanda out in sunny and warm Illinois. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely love it. Thank you for being here, everybody. Of course, Baby Bia and Amanda, first through the door today. Thank you for joining us in our story. Thank you. Absolutely appreciate it. Yes, Pamela Courtney, we must control our own narrative. The boys arrived moments ago. Well, we're glad they're here. Please go back and enjoy the story. Good to have you with us. Hugs, 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 high fives all around. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. This has been Storytime for this Wednesday. We're back again tomorrow with more Storytime. And please join us for a book of hope about what the next day brings. And this one is tomorrow, most likely. Coming back to Storytime for, I think, the third or fourth time now. We love it so. Thank you so much for joining us. And please join me tomorrow for this one, special one, coming from Dave Eggers and Lane Smith. Tomorrow, most likely. Well, God willing, we'll be here right on time at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And of course, you can join us for the recordings later on at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And of course, you can find us at our archives at storytimewithmrlimada.com. Please invite your friends, let everybody know we're here, building community, having fun, and indeed having wholesome conversations. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely, lovely day, everybody. And again, I'll see you again tomorrow. Please enjoy your day and remember to take advantage of this time that we have. We've only got what we've got. Let's make the most of it. Let's take advantage of it. And of course, as we also guide gently our little people. Thank you for being here. Much love. Bye-bye. I'll see you again in the morning.
Stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely. Won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
I'm Meenal Patel, and I am an artist, designer, and the author and illustrator of Priya Dreams of Marigolds and Masala, and you are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. He brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't start all the reading. We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be